Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to week 12 of the Breejex Battle Royale. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steelwings. We are here today with our very last, what I believe to be the very last match of the regular season and what can be the last match of our season overall. Hope you guys are excited for today's battle. If you guys are, show some love on that like button down below. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for some more content coming your way. The last few weeks have been really weird. Following my week 10 matchup, unfortunately, both Kyle A and Magnitude both needed a drop from the league due to some personal reasonings. Wish them both nothing but the best. Still incredible friends of mine, and I hope to play them in the future in the league. Kyle A was at the time of dropping out undefeated with an incredible differential. There was no doubt in anybody's mind he had a locked in. He could have choked and been 6-0 his last 3 matches and still had a top seed for playoffs. So that being said, the admin team and I just discussed that, it doesn't really seem right for somebody to come in and take over a team that is currently undefeated and will be guaranteed for playoffs. So as opposed to having seeds 1 through 8 of the coaches go forward to playoffs, we're giving Kyle an honorable mention this season for just outstanding performance. And we are going seeds 2 through 9 for playoffs. So that means we have a little bit better of a playoff spot there. There is no doubt in my mind Kyle A would have absolutely worked me during our matchup. As a result of him needing to drop out, we did receive a 3-0 win. So we are currently 7-4, 8 and up, 8 wins and more are pretty much locked for playoffs. There's some chances that if we lose this match based off the other team, Mid Pokemaster and the Kentucky Toracats, based on their differential and how that pans out, we may still have a chance for playoffs. But in order to lock it in, we do need to win by a pretty solid differential, I do think. Or win with a good differential, not just like a 1-0. So we're going to see where the cards may fall. Because the matchup against Steve's team, the Milwaukee Sawsbucks, were not in playoff contention. However, my match had playoff implications. We were able to find a replacement coach, Shuckle King. So make sure you guys go check out his channel. Links in the description. From what I am known, a fantastic battler, and quite frankly, I'm afraid to play this matchup. The last few weeks have just been crazy. We've had some fun matchups. If you guys missed the last battle that we were able to play against 3D Arcade and the Arkansas Pig Knights, definitely go check that one out. There will be some text floating somewhere on screen in post-production if you guys want to go hop right on ahead into the Wi-Fi battle. I always recommend you guys watch the team builders. That way you guys know what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it, especially because this match is pretty cut and dry, that this is the most important match of the season based off of our record so far. So currently 7-4, looking to pick up our 8th win here and lock in some playoff matches. And we have our work cut out for us here. I truly appreciate your guys' support on all the league battles. I know that after this, after the finale season, if we do make it to finals, postseason, and after that, this league is being put on a little bit of a hiatus. Some of us are taking a break. Some of us are doing other leagues, other ventures. I have been doing Draft League for like a year straight, and I'm excited to have some downtime. So this will be for the next few months or so, until this starts back up. There's going to be some downtime here from Draft League content, but I'm excited for what else is to come on the channel. So thank you guys so much for your support as always. And you guys are going to start to see some teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent has a team that consists of Galarian Darmanitan with Gorilla Tactics, Dracovish, Roserade, Copperajah, Rabambi, Hitmontop, Audino, Zoroark, Manectric, Claydol, and Torracat. Some things to note about my opponent's team: 2 Rockers in Claydol and Copperajah, a Spiker and a T-Spiker in Roserade, a Sticky Web user for Rabambi, 2 Rapid Spinners in Claydol and Hitmontop, a Defog in Rabambi, Wish and Heal Bell support with Audino and Healing Wish support, and then Aromatherapy with both Rabambi and Roserade. My opponent's got some pretty fast Pokemon as far as Rabambi, Zoroark, and Manectric go, and then it's base 95 and below. So we need to make sure that we can take some hits from some of those Pokemon if they show up. If I expected 6 to come to play, Galarian Darmanitan and Dracovish just break. Just punch stuff. It just hits hard. I think Roserade provides a great defensive pivot for both Urshifu and Rillaboom, so I'd expect Roserade to show up. Claydol keeps me from Volt switching all over my opponent's team unless, Lightning Rod and Manectric shows up. Hitmontop is great as an Intimidate user. And then I think Rabambi handles a lot of my team from a special side as well. So I can see Rabambi showing up. And yeah, we've got our work cut out for us this week. So first Pokemon we are bringing, we have Caution the Weezing. He's rocking Black Sludge with the Levitate ability. We have Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect. 212 EVs in HP, 236 in defense, 60 in special defense with a bold nature. With this set, we are 3-hit KO'd by Choice Scarf Galarian Darmanitan. Life Orb or Bandit is just something else, man. So we have to worry about that. We have to worry about that just a little bit there. But that is what the spread is for. We don't really like Bandit Dracovish. We've got a Bandit Dracovish answer, but we pretty much needed 2 dedicated mons to handle Darmanitan and Dracovish separately. So Sludge Wave and Flamethrower, you're going to find that Poison and Fire really do a number to my opponent's team, which, spoilers, we have another Pokemon coming that has both Poison and Fire coverage, but Poison and Fire rip my opponent's team. Fire moves hit the Darmanitan, Sludge Bomb, or Sludge Wave, excuse me, hits the Dracovish, Flamethrower hits Roserade and Kaparaja. Both of those hit Rabambi. Flamethrower hits the Hitmontop, Sludge Wave hits the Audino, a Flamethrower hits the Zoroark, Sludge Wave hits the Manectric, Flamethrower hits Torracat, Sludge Wave hits Flamethrower hits Claydol, Sludge Wave hits Torracat. Really good dual stab. Will-O-Wisp is nice because we can burn Darmanitan, we can burn Dracovish, we can burn Roserade, we can burn Kaparaja, we can burn Hitmontop, we can burn Claydol. Like, there's so much. Will-O-Wisp just goes a really, really long way this week, I feel. The next Pokemon that we're bringing, again, we needed a Pokemon to kind of help defensively with Dracovish, and that is going to be the Rev the Rillaboom. He's rocking a bit more of a defensive stance this week. Leftovers with the Grassy Surge ability, we have Leech Seed, Grassy Glide, U-Turn, and Acrobatics, 252 EVs in HP, 4 in attack, 252 in defense with an Impish nature. Nothing too crazy here. This does help us out with physical hits from something like Kaparaja. From the Hitmontop, Dracovish is really what this thing is here for, but Grassy Terrain boosted Grassy Glide still does a number to my opponent's team. Leech Seed is going to be nice for getting down some chip damage. U-Turn is there for any sort of pivot momentum. And then Acrobatics does do super effective damage against the Roserade. Grassy Glide does more to Hitmontop under terrain, but Acrobatics is nice. I don't expect we'll lose our leftovers. Only 2 knockoff users in Audino and Zoroark, and I don't know if I see either of them coming. So I think we'll just be doing that. But if we do lose our Acrobatic or our leftovers, then Acrobatics is doing double and is doing some great damage to both Roserade and Hitmontop. Next Pokemon I want to bring in, nothing too crazy with this set. We've got Flowmaster, the Rapid Strike Urshifu with his Choice Scarf with the Unseen Fist ability, Surging Strikes, Close Combat, Ice Punch, and Aqua Jet. 12 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, 244 in speed with a Jolly Nature. We are outspeeding Choice Scarf Galarian Darmanitan by 1 point. Surging Strikes is really nice because there's not a whole lot. Like Dracovish takes it obviously 4 times resist, and then Roserade takes it as a 1-time resist. But like Roserade has 60 HP, 65 defense. Like, I don't know how many of those it wants to take. But Surging Strikes is great. Close Combat hits very, very hard. Ice Punch is there for the Roserade. Aqua Jet, so we don't outspeed Scarf Zoroark, Manectric, or Rabambi. I don't see Rabambi being a Scarf, but I could see like a Scarf Manectric showing up. Aqua Jet is there in case we do have Manectric down in a weakened state, and we can get some chip damage on it between Aqua Jet and Grassy Glide there. Again, nothing at all crazy to say about this one. A little bit of crazy to say about this next one. Not too crazy, but we've got Pancake the Alolan Raichu. He's rocking his Assault Vest with the Surge Surfer ability. We have Volt Switch, Psyshock, Thunderbolt, and Surf. 100 EVs in special attack, 188 EVs in special defense, 220 in speed with a Timid Nature. With the speed in the Timid Nature, we are outspeeding both Zoroark and Manectric by 1 point. Volt Switch is nice because it hits everything aside from Lightning Rod, Manectric, and Claydol, so we can just kind of switch around on his team, have a little bit of fast offense. Psyshock is good for hitting the Roserade and for hitting the Hitmontop. Thunderbolt is pretty nice to spam. Surf hits the Claydol. Our spread this week, Roserade kind of does like some work from an offensive standpoint, so I wanted a Pokemon that could switch into Roserade potentially and then scare it out with either a Psyshock or even like Volt Switching around depending on what my opponent brings. So that's essentially why Raichu is there. It also helps us out with like Bug Buzz from Rabambi as well. Any sort of special moves that we may want to go for in that scenario. But again, nothing too crazy to say about this one. This next one I'm very excited for. Very, very excited for. And this is the last week that in the regular season that we get to use this Pokemon. And I told Eric in the front office last night that if we bring this Pokemon, if this Pokemon does not do work like I expect it to this week, I'm absolutely never drafting it again. 100% never drafting it again. Oh my God. I just always hype myself up for this Pokemon and then it just doesn't do well. So DK the Salazzle, she's rocking Life Orb with the Corrosion ability. We have Substitute, Scale Shot, Flamethrower, and Dragon Pulse. 60 EVs in HP, 252 in special attack, 196 in speed with a Modest Nature. What does this do for us, you might ask? Well, Fire goes really, really hard against his team, barring Torracat and barring Dracovish. Dracovish does not appreciate a Scale Shot into a Dragon Pulse. Or a cat just probably doesn't appreciate a Dragon Pulse if it does show up. The idea is to scare out something that we naturally outspeed a large amount of the team, get a sub up. If Scarf Dracovish comes in, breaks our sub, we scale shot to get the speed boost, get super effective damage off, and then pop it with a Life Orb Dragon Pulse there. 196 in speed means we naturally outspeed Galarian Darmanitan. After a scale shot, we are outspeeding Scarf Darmanitan and the rest of the team, which is nice. Life Orb Flamethrower just goes a long way. I did not want to get into a position with Life Orb like Fire Blast or anything along those lines. So sub scale shot can be a good, even a mid game early, like if we can get some good chip damage off and like a good mid game breaker, that would be nice for something like Scarf or Shifu to come in the background, or Grassy Glide Rillaboom to come in and do some stuff there. So again, I'm hopeful to an extent. We're going to see where it plays out here. Last Pokemon we are bringing is Erasmo the Hitmonlee. He's rocking heavy duty boots with the Limber ability, Bullet Punch, Rapid Spin, Close Combat, and Knockoff. We have 252 EVs in attack, 92 in special defense, 164 in speed with a Jolly Nature. With the 164 in speed with a Jolly Nature, we are outspeeding max speed Dracovish by 1 point. After a Rapid Spin, we'll be outspeeding Scarf Dracovish, of course. Bullet Punch is nice to pick off a weakened Rabambi. Also does do some damage to Galarian Darmanitan, being a pure ice form there. Rapid Spinning, if my opponent does get any sort of spikes, T-spikes, or webs up, I do not want those to be in play. So we've got our heavy duty boots to prevent any speed drops, to prevent any sort of a toxic damage, anything like that. If my opponent should be able to get those hazards out of there, especially for Salazzle to come in late game if we need to keep her healthy as possible. And the Knockoff is just nice for removing any sort of items. If for whatever reason it is like a static Manectric, or like Thunderwave Audino, or like Stun Spore Rabambi that doesn't click Moonblast in front of me, Limber helps us out by not being paralyzed by that. So that helps us out a little bit there. Yeah, that is going to be the team. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm going to cut to where we connect, and I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to week 12 of the BBR. We're taking on Shuckle King, who is taking over for the Milwaukee Sawsbucks this week. You guys missed the team builder. You guys see the 6 that I'm bringing right below me. You guys see the 6 that I expect my opponent to bring right down below there. Yeah, this match, if you guys missed my commentary in the team builder, this match is something else. We're looking for playoffs. So I'm going to cut to team preview and we'll be right back. So I don't know how to feel. We got the team right. We got the team right, which is something. That is something. With it being potential for webs, I do not mind leading off with my Urshifu here. Could be a webs lead for offense against something like with something like Dracovish and Darmanitan. 2 spinners on their team. We do see the Electric Muni. We don't see Zoroark, which I was kind of worried about, as well as potentially Copperajah as well. That was another one that I was worried about as well here. So it may be a supportive Roserade set, but offensive Roserade also does do a lot of work to us. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Looking forward to my matchup here. And again, guys, go show some love over to Shuckle King's channel. Link is in the description for being able to take over for Steve's team and allow us to have this finale match. We do see Rabambi come out straight out, so we were able to get that kind of lead right up. I am comfortable just going for a Surging Strikes here to make sure that no webs go up. I am okay with that. Unless it is a Scarf Rabambi lead, which in that case is problematic, but we would take this thing out. So let's see what's going on here. I assume we would take it out. That's bold of me to just... But it's for Rabambi, you know? What are you going to do? What do you do? Yeah, Surging Strike's 113 to 133. Withdraws probably Roserade or Dracovish. Was that a Hitmontop, actually? So it might be Intimidate with Helmet. Let's see here. So we do see the Intimidate. Unfortunately, that's not going to counteract any sort of the Surging Strike damage here, because it always does crit. Is it Helmet? It is Rocky Helmet. Okay, so that is good to know. That is very, very good to know here. Now, I've got switches into this thing. So I wonder if he would stay in. Because like Weezing's a pretty good check to this thing. I wonder if I were to just go for another Surging Strikes here. So here's the thing. Here is the thing. Like Weezing is a great check here, which would allow him to get in like Sash Rabambi to go for webs. I'm going to Surging Strike one more time here. We'll be able to take this thing out, which is great. But unfortunately, I did not make that read well. Which is fine. It is fine. That is going to knock out the Hitmontop here. Our Urshifu. And I actually live on 3 as well. KO's Hitmontop. So as long as no hazards go up, we're looking nice. So that works out really, really well. I wonder if the extra 12 EVs we put in HP actually mattered right there. I feel like it did. Here comes Roserade. Okay. Here's what I was worried about. All right. So now I'm going to go out into Raichu here. I'm going to go on to Raichu. Raichu is designed to take this thing on to an extent. Let's go on ahead and go out here. Giga Drain. Okay. So I do see that Giga Drain, which... Was that a crit? That was a crit. Oh my god. That crit was huge. So a Psyshock's coming out from me. So I assume my opponent would want to switch. I have no problem going, like, doubling into her Shifu here. On the Claydol. Let's do that. I'm going to swap out. I don't think my opponent would stay in. Withdraws. Okay. Was that... Well, hold on. Did my opponent switch first? Are they Scarf? They are. They switched out first. That's Scarf Roserade here. And I am just going to go for another Surging Strikes here. That is 100% Scarf Roserade. Okay, that's wonderful to know. And we knock out... unless this is Max Claydol. We knock this out with the Surging Strikes. Okay. Okay. Good eye. I'm glad that I caught that there on the Roserade. Otherwise, that would have messed me up late game. We do outspeed the Roserade if that is my opponent's switch in here. Here comes Surging Strikes. I don't see a Pasho Berry, so unless this is max HP, max defense, we've got a good chance to do some good damage here. Or another Rocky Helmet, which we don't see. So Urshifu's going to knock out the Claydol as well. Urshifu KO's Claydol. Okay. Urshifu's got 2 KOs there. Great game so far. Urshifu's putting in a ton of work. Let us make sure, and now we get a free Volt Switch whenever Raichu comes in, which is fantastic. I want to keep this around for the Rabombi as well, to an extent. Here comes Dracovish. Here's Dracovish. All right. Now then, I don't want to stay in on this thing, and I have a defensive Rillaboom here. I think my opponent legitimately needs to attack me right here. Like 100%. I feel like I've shown pretty confidently that I'm Scarf, though. We're going to switch out here. So if my opponent switches out, we know we're faster. Obviously, we're Scarf. Here comes Rillaboom. We can take a Vicious Rend. We can take a lot of attacks from this thing. Here comes... Oh, Leech Life. Oh, okay. So we see Leech Life on the Dracovish here. That did about half. Leech Life, yeah, that's some bandit action right there. So, what we can do is get a good U-turn off. We can Grassy Glide for some damage. I can also Leech Seed pretty nicely here. I think U-turning might be best. Let's U-turn here. I don't know if my opponent wants to stay in. I'm confident that based off that damage was banded. And here comes the Roserade. Okay, cool. So we know that this is Scarf Roserade here. We're going to get some U-turn damage off. I think Scarf Urshifu clicking Ice Punch is the way to come in here now. Let's go out into Urshifu. We can also get a little recovery here from this grassy terrain, which will be nice. That'll be nice to hang on by the skin of our teeth here. And now if my opponent checks out, my grassy terrain went first. So I know I'm faster. I'm clicking Ice Punch here. Ice Punch hits the team pretty neutrally. Here comes the Ice Punch. Yup. Urshifu picks out Roserade. Let's go. All right. Roserade's gone. Urshifu's doing some good stuff here. Dracovish might come out. Get us with a little Leech Life shenanigans again, if that's the case. Here comes Rabambi. Okay, here's what I was kind of worried about. Now, I can... what is the game plan here? What is the game plan? So, I'm not locked into Surging Strikes. So, an Ice Punch, if this is Sash... let me see here. Rabambi, Sticky Web... an Ice Punch is doing 48 to 57 to this thing. If it goes for webs. I need to damage this thing. Let's go for the Ice Punch here. Urshifu has broken through so much of my opponent's team here. Honestly. There's the Sticky Web. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. Now it's still within a good roll to knock this thing out. I'm going to go for another Ice Punch here. Is that the play? Is that the play? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for another Ice Punch here. Knock it out. Nope. Okay. Here goes. Rabambi KOs with Moonblast. Urshifu, you deserve a long and healthy rest here. Now, Rillaboom versus Rabambi. I can set up the terrain again, and Grassy Glide is going to knock this thing out. I can keep that healthy. I think that's going to be the play there. So let's go for that. Let's go out into Rillaboom here. Urshifu, you deserve a long, hard rest. Let's Grassy Glide this. We're pretty defensive to take on either of those things, which will be nice. I'm just going to Grassy Glide right here. All right. All right, all right, all right. We're not looking terrible. We still have both of our defensive walls for Dracovish and Darmanitan. Pretty healthy. Pretty healthy. This thing is within Grassy Glide range right here. Withdraws. Okay. Goes out into the Darmanitan. All right. That is fantastic damage here. Now, I assume that this thing blows me backwards. And I need to keep this around, right? I assume that to be the case. Yeah, I'm not in a good range to take that on. So let's go out into Weezing here and take this one on. Icicle Crash. Okay. And my opponent actually misses, which is huge. That is pretty big. A Sludge Wave goes a long way here. Flamethrower actually... yeah, we can just Flamethrower here. Rabambi comes in, we'll pick that off. We'll get good damage off on this thing as well. Flamethrower doing 53 to 63 to standard. Let's see what we got. If we would have stayed in, Rillaboom actually would have 3-hit KO'd that, which would have been fantastic, but that was not a play that I wanted to make here. Here comes the Icicle Crash again. 44 to 52 if Scarf. Not Scarf or crit. That was a crit. Jesus. That hurts a lot. So good thing we went flamethrower. That's going to be some good damage. That is within Grassy Glide range. I think we know that the Darmanitan is banded, so I think we stay in here. I'm going to drop a Sludge Wave this time, actually, in case they decide to go Dracovish. Go for another Icicle Crash there. Darmanitan KOs Wheezing. Darm KOs Wheezing. All right. Now, I wonder if this is a range for Salazzle to come in. Darmanitan, Galar. If I wanted to do anything with that. Let's try to make that happen here. Because we take an Icicle Crash. I will go for a Scale Shot here. I don't want to bring in Rillaboom because then my terrain ends. Let's bring in Salazzle. Let's go for the Scale Shot. There's the Icicle Crash again. That does 56 to 67 from Scarf. All right, there we are. 1, 2, give me 3. 3, there we go. All right, Salazzle KOs Darm. We're back up to our speed here, which is great. We take a little bit of Life Orb. We do get some grassy terrain, which is nice. All right. We know Darmanitan or Dracovish is banded and Rabombi is within Grassy Glide range or Bullet Punch range. So I think Hitmonlee might even be able to bring this home here, if that is the case. But let's wait and see. We're back up to regular speed here. I feel like the Rabombi would want to come out, frankly. Here comes the Rabombi. Okay. Okay. I just go for Flamethrower here and hope that I live a Moonblast or something from this thing. Because I think here's Psychic. Okay. Psychic. Okay. Rabombi KOs Salazzle. All right, and now Rillaboom can come in and do some Grassy Glide things and hit that Dracovish pretty hard as well. And we'll see where this takes us. I think if Dracovish comes in, I think I need to like U-turn out into something afterwards, but I'll Grassy Glide right here. Okay, so we are going to get some damage on this. He knows the Rabombi having that. We've still got Bullet Punch on Hitmonlee as well. Let's see what this is doing to Dracovish here. It's not bad. I could also Leech Seed for some more damage. A U-turn might not be bad here for some extra chip into like Hitmonlee. Let me see what Hitmonlee is doing to this thing. Hitmonlee versus Dracovish. Close combat doing 58 to 69 to us. Let's Leech Seed here. Let's put this in Hitmonlee range. We've seen the Leech Life. We've seen the Leech Life. So let's put this in Hitmonlee range for a close combat. And then Bullet Punch the Rabombi afterwards. Here's Leech Life. Big damage there. We're going to get our leftovers, our Grassy Terrain, and our Leech Seed from this thing, which will be nice. Now, if that can put me above half with all of this, which I think it should, I think I'm okay to click U-turn here. There's leftovers. I'm above half. I can actually probably click Grassy Glide right here for some more damage if I wanted to, which might not be the worst thing in the world. Let's try that. I'm going to Grassy Glide here. Withdraws. Okay, goes out into Rabambi. Okay, so Rillaboom is going to knock out Rabambi. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. We still have Hitmonlee in the bag. If I can get this thing down to like half. And I think a Leech Seed is necessary here. Let's Leech Seed. There's the Leech Life. All right. There's another Leech Seed. Come on now. Let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. Can Hitmonlee take a Banded Leech Life? Hitmonlee actually can take a Banded Leech Life. 38 to 45. Okay. So there we are. I think what I will do is I'm going to switch out into Raichu here, because I'll need to reset my terrain at some point. I could also knock off into close combat, which is probably better for Hitmonlee since I am faster. Here's the Leech Life. That's going to knock me out. Dracovish KOs. Drake KOs Raichu. I think knockoff into close combat puts me in a better scenario here. So let's do that. Because we outspeed Jolly Dracovish, and based on damages, we're looking at Banded. So let's go on ahead and knock first. Make sure that Rillaboom puts in a better position defensively. There we go. Knock off that Choice Band. Here's the Leech Life. That's even doing less now, which is great. Officious Rend is going to hurt us, but it's looking in really good range to close combat into Grassy Glide here. Let's close combat. That is looking great. There's Psychic Fangs. Okay, didn't even go for the Leech Life to pick it up. All right, awesome. Awesome. Dracovish KOs Hitmonlee. And now we get to bring in Rillaboom here. And Rillaboom gets the Grassy Glide to bring it home. And I think that's playoffs. I think that's playoffs. It's going to depend on how everything else falls out. But we're looking really nice. And I think this gives us a great run at the end of the playoffs here. All right. Rillaboom's going to click Grassy Glide. I don't think his thing gets Aqua Jet or nothing. Rillaboom's going to bring it home for us. And that's going to be a 1-0 victory over Chuckle King and the Milwaukee Sawsbucks here. What an intense matchup. What an intense matchup. Urshifu putting in so much work early game here. Just absolutely incredible. I'm sure there were some spots here where the game could have been played a little bit better, but with the stakes on the line, you know, that is going to be a little nerve-wracking. So thank you to Chuckle King for taking over and providing such a fantastic battle to close out our season here. I think this does put us into playoffs. So if we are, then awesome. I will see you guys next week. But if the other matchup that gets a better differential or soars past us here, then I want to thank you guys for all your support this season. BBR is a passion project of mine, and I'm very, very excited to have competed in season 3. Season 4, we're guesstimating probably like 2 to 3 months from now, because I know a lot of us are taking some time off from Draft League. We've been doing it since Sword and Shield launched, so just kind of trying out some other content. So I hope you guys are excited for that, and I hope you guys are excited for what's to come. Thank you guys so much for the support this season. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. As always, I want to remind you to be great and do great, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later.